Hello from San Antonio, this is Siren Tarot. Welcome back to another Pick a Card reading. Who are you destined to be with? This reading is timeless, and for this reading there are 4 different piles to choose from. This is pile 1. This is pile 2. This is pile 3. And cuatro. This is pile 4. Timestamps, as always, will be provided. Go ahead and make your selection. If you chose pile 1, here is your reading. Queen of Pentacles, the Sun, Six of Pentacles, so I'm seeing Taurus and Leo. But before I call out a possible astro combo of your person, the person you're destined to be with, I will get some more cards. Intuitive Stab Tarot, one of my decks available at makeplaincards.com. The only thing that makes this a tarot deck is the number of cards. This is a total departure from the Smith weight or the Rider weight. Each time you use this deck, you can get a totally different interpretation. It's all intuition. I go more in depth on this deck and how I use it at my Patreon, so check it out. So yeah, Venus is coming through strong for pile 1. Possibly Venus and Pisces, but strong Venus vibes. Venus rules Taurus and Libra. Venus, what did I say? Love. I need a damn magnifying glass to read this. I've got my glasses on. Beauty, harmony, romance, charm, receiving, sensuality, luxury, wealth, diplomacy, magnetism, value, pleasure, adornment, adoration, attraction, indulgence, taste, and style. Quincunx, complexity. That's the in conjunct aspect. So one example of many, Aquarius is in conjunct Cancer. Irritates, puzzles, mystifies, complicates, contradicts, clashes, misses the mark, requires translation, adjusts, makes curious, educates, transforms. It's a complicated aspect. It's not as easy as, say, the trine or the sextile. Third house, perception. That is the house of Gemini. Speech, thoughts, social media, excursions, dating, siblings. Wow, I need to clean these glasses. Research, street life, circulation, discussions surrounding sociability. The Centennial Smith Waite. Six of Wands, Seven of Swords, the Sun. The Sun is the most positive card in the deck, and we have it twice. So that's beautiful. That's very auspicious. Uno más. Jack of Spades, Knight of Swords. Four of Diamonds, Four of Pentacles. Seeing strong Taurus. My favorite relationship card, Eight of Diamonds, Eight of Pentacles. This is a very lusty relationship. I'm seeing hot sex, good sex, chemistry that lasts. It's like I say a lot at this channel and with clients. Eventually I'll write a book. I've been saying that for years. I'm going to write a book on synastry. If all you have in synastry is Mars, Venus, which is important, it's sexual attraction, but if that's all you have with nothing else to back it up, it's going to fizzle, it's going to fade. But when you have chemistry that lasts, which you can attribute to Mars, Venus, that means you've got something else going on in the synastry that's supporting the sexual attraction. And that's obvious here, that you and this person you're destined to be with do have things in common. You have shared values, shared interests. You're on the same page spiritually. You see the world in a similar way. The communication is excellent. But this was a process, getting to this bright spot, to the Sun, to the Eight of Pentacles. This was absolutely a process. It didn't start off with balloons, hearts, flowers. It probably wasn't a matter of love at first sight. Although the sexual attraction was strong, there was something complicated here. I don't know if when you and this person met or when you meet, take whatever resonates, when you met or when you meet, one or both of you could have been involved with someone else. There was some kind of complication. I am seeing distance, considerable distance. There could be an ocean between you, but not just distance. I feel like this was third party, possibly multiple party. And so although there was a strong attraction, you had to put on the brakes. You couldn't just go for it. Something held the two of you back. So when you finally come together and you have this beautiful union, it's going to feel like total bliss. Long overdue, long awaited. A possible astro combo for this person is Sun in Taurus, Leo rising, Moon in Gemini. That's one possibility of many. This person is very serious, very intense about money. They are very goal-oriented. They are very ambitious. They work their ass off. They're very matter-of-fact. They're very good at science, math, business, the 3D in general. This person is very much about getting results. They're not a dreamer with their head in the clouds. They're very much rooted in reality. This person is not a flake. If they tell you that they're going to call you on Wednesday after 10 p.m., to be super specific, you can count on that. You can rely on this person. Their energy is not scattered all over the place. They're very structured, very organized, so they probably do have a lot of fixed energy in their natal chart. Fixed. The fixed modality is Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. So they're probably rigid in their routine. They start off each day in the same way. I see them being a morning person, so they wake up around 5 a.m. They could meditate. I'm seeing them drinking black coffee. They don't eat a huge breakfast, but I'm seeing them drinking black coffee. Maybe they walk their dog, but they have a routine that they stick to. They are disciplined when it comes to habits and routines, what they eat. I don't see this person being a food addict. They're very conscious of their body, their physicality. I see this person working out. They could be an athlete. They could be in the boxing gym. They could be a runner. They could jog. They could hike. But I'm seeing a very good physique. They take pride in their appearance. They have this really good bone structure and they age well. So when this person is in their 60s, they could look like they're in their 40s because they take such good care of themselves and they have good genes. They work hard and play hard, but this is not a party animal. This is not someone who drinks to excess. But they like being in beautiful locations. I can see them going to an island, going to a tropical place like the Bahamas, Fiji, water sports, a boat, a yacht, skiing maybe. But I'm not seeing someone who is addicted to alcohol or drugs. If this person is addicted to anything, it's to work. They work their ass off. And they're very matter of fact in their communication. And when they pursue you, there's not going to be any game playing. There's not going to be any ambivalence. When they want you, they want you. They know what they want. So, but I am seeing delays. It's going to be a process. And the reason why, I talk about this all the time, the reason why Eight of Pentacles is my favorite relationship card more than the Four of Wands, more than the Ten of Cups, is because it's so matter of fact. I have a lot of earth in my chart. So it's two people who are both prioritizing the relationship. You're both putting in the work and you realize that it is work. It's not just something that falls from the sky. You've got to work for a connection that's solid gold. If you want something that's not mediocre, that's golden, you have to work for it, and it takes two people. It's balanced. This is about mutuality, reciprocity. You have things in common beyond the sexual attraction. And the mundane becomes magical because you both love each other so much. So when you're paying bills, you're buying groceries, it's magical because you fucking adore each other. So, excellent communication, a lot of love. Now the dice. That's cute. 5, communication. Mercury, which rules Gemini. And Virgo, Mercury retrograde recently ended. Thank God. Timeless reading, but as I record this, we're in October 2021. 6 is Venus, which rules Taurus and Libra. 5 and 6 is 11. That's 2. 2 is Cancer, the moon. Another 2, Cancer, the moon. You probably have really good moon synastry. Another 6. 7 is Neptune, Pisces. There's a glamour to this relationship. You probably look really good together. You look good in photographs. You're going to have gorgeous children. 6 and 6 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. Jupiter, Sagittarius. This is a very lucky association. RV. Maybe you'll get a motorhome, a travel trailer, a van. You'll travel together. Brave. This person is very brave. Do we have any names? Bear. Bear could be a nickname. Abe. V. Ray. Bay. That's what I have for pile 1. Thanks so much for watching. Feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe. Click the bell for notifications. Check out my numerous playlists and my zodiac readings. Muchas gracias. Oops. Lo siento. And if you chose pile 2, here is your reading. The Santa Muerte Tarot. 9 of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. 8 of Swords. I'm seeing Virgo and Capricorn right away. 9 of Pentacles is associated with Virgo, and 8 is the number of Saturn, Capricorn. Okay. Intuitive Stab Tarot, one of my decks available at makeplayingcards.com. The only thing that makes this a tarot deck is the number of cards, but every time you use this deck, you're going to get a different interpretation. This is totally about intuition. I go more in depth on this deck at my Patreon. All of my tarot tutorials will be at my Patreon. I'm seeing someone who works with their hands. They could be in construction. Let's get some more clues. I can see this person, male or female, working in a garden, getting their hands dirty. Those are fingerprints. They could also be an artist. They could use their hands in their art. Twelfth house, surrender. That is the house of Pisces. Subconscious mind, compassion, dreams, karma, forgiveness, baggage, trance states, the unseen, healing, spiritual development, guilt, prayer, Akashic records. Mars, action. I love that they have a lipstick for Mars. That is great. Has to be red, of course. Red lipstick, boxing gloves. Desire, impulses, courage, force, heat, strength, competition, workouts, excitement, thirst, impatience, anger, leadership, engine, potency, willpower. Does that say motor? Yeah, motor, sex drive. Maybe this person's an auto mechanic. I don't know, but I see them working with their hands. Second house, assets. Material world, possessions, finance, talent, value, solidity, worthiness, wardrobe, luxuries, credit score, security, aesthetics. Second house is ruled by Venus because that is Taurus. Neptune, Venus. Okay. The Centennial Smith-Waite. Six of Swords. They could travel for work. Ace of Wands. Two of Pentacles. Four of Clubs, Four of Wands, Nine of Pentacles again. Two of Cups. That's a beautiful ending. This person is a romantic, but most people don't see that about this person because this person, similar to pile one, they have a lot of earth in their natal chart. So they're very adept at 3D stuff. They're very rooted in reality. I feel like they have a job. The job that covers all the cost of being alive on planet Earth. The job covers the rent, the food on the table, the bills, all of that. But there's also something that they're very passionate about, and maybe they don't make much money with it. It could be music, it could be art, it could be writing. Something that not everyone knows about them. It may be hidden, some hidden talent, some hidden passion. But they devote a lot of time to this. I see them in their spare time. They're not binge watching Netflix. They're very creative. And they're putting their blood, sweat, tears into this creative passion. It could be painting, it could be visual art, it could be sculpting, it could be music. They could write music, they could be a writer. Maybe they're creative in various ways. I create art, I upload designs to Redbubble, and I make collages, and I write. I would love to get into music, but I've had an electric guitar for about, 6 years, and I've not learned a single chord. But this person's very disciplined. So whatever it is that they do creatively, they're very good at it because they practice. They put a lot into this passion. Similar to pile one, they are action-oriented. They probably have strong Mars in their natal chart. And it may not be obvious. You would have to know astrology to know how strong their Mars is. For example, I have Mars in Capricorn, and Mars is exalted in Capricorn. So a possible astral combo for this person, they could have Sun in Capricorn, Aries rising, Moon in Virgo. Once the two of you finally get together, because like pile one, I'm seeing delays, I'm seeing a process. Once the two of you finally get together, you're going to be solid as a fucking rock. This is a relationship that is going to last. I'm seeing a very joyous wedding. People with a microphone in their hands giving these heartfelt speeches with tears in their eyes. Everyone wants to see the two of you together. You're like the perfect match. This marriage will be supported by friends and family. You're meant to be together. You were probably together in numerous incarnations. But in this lifetime, I see it happening later. There's some kind of delay. So you could be in your late 30s, 40s, possibly, before you get together. So I don't get the feeling this is going to be a first marriage for either one of you. It could be a second, maybe even a third marriage. And there's absolutely no shame in that. One or both of you may have gotten married early on, and it wasn't the right person. You have grown beyond that former marriage, and that happens. That's very common. Most of us, if we get married in our 20s, we grow beyond that person. We become a new version of ourselves. So when you and this person get married, you're both very settled in who you are. You've had a lot of life experience, and you know who you are and what you want. There's no confusion. You're not trying to please anyone. You're not trying to fulfill the obligations of the status quo. You're together because you want to be together, because you're absolutely in love. You're best friends. You adore each other. So, joyous wedding. And this is probably going to start off as a long-distance relationship. But you have both worked on yourselves. I see you both being alone for quite some time before you marry each other. You could have spent years working on your abundance, just working your career. So when you come together, you're both very strong and independent. You're not going to crowd each other's space. I'm not seeing any codependency at all for pile 2. So you could have a 2-story house and you could both have your rooms that you go to. Like they could have their art studio. You could have an office, something similar. You're probably pretty creative as well. You both have something that you just pour yourself into, is what I'm seeing for pile 2. Okay, the dice. Three, the highest vibration number, that's Jupiter, Sagittarius. 5 is Mercury, which rules Gemini and Virgo. 8, Saturn, Capricorn, another 3. 6 is Venus. 11 is 2, that's Cancer, the moon, another 2 for Cancer, the moon. You probably have excellent moon synastry. Your moons could be conjunct or in opposition. My opinion, those are the strongest moon aspects. The opposition and the conjunction, tight orb 5 degrees or less. I will go more in depth on astrology, aspects, synastry at my Patreon. I'm devoting this channel to the zodiac readings and pick a cards. The tarot tutorials and the astrology tutorials will all be at my Patreon. Okay, the letters. Jacks. Reef. Maybe you'll go scuba diving together. No fear. Hate is not the opposite of love. Fear is the opposite of love. Ray. J. Rex. Okay. That's what I have for pile 2. Thanks so much for watching. Feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe. Click the bell for notifications. Check out my numerous playlist and zodiac readings. Muchas gracias. And if you chose pile 3, here is your reading. The Santa Muerte Tarot. 10 of Swords. The Lovers. King of Wands. I'm seeing different things. I don't want to speak to those things until I get more cards because I'm seeing some contradictory possibilities for pile 3. Intuitive Stab Tarot, one of my mini decks available at makeplaincards.com. The only thing that makes this a tarot deck is the number of cards. Every time you use this deck, you can get a totally different interpretation. I go more in depth on this deck at my Patreon. You'll find all of my tarot tutorials and in-depth astrology videos, ad-free pick-a-cards at my Patreon. Okay, what I'm getting is that the bond that the two of you have is you have both overcome something considerable. Okay, we all struggle in life. That's obvious. If you're on planet Earth, you're going to be struggling with something. But I'm seeing something dramatic here. Like perhaps both of you have overcome some kind of addiction, or you're working with a diagnosis like bipolar or borderline personality. And that's the bond the two of you have. You've both struggled with something significant in your lives. This is not a happy-go-lucky energy. This is two people who have been to hell and back, basically. Sextile Opportunity. Collaborates, assists, explains, provides opportunity, synergizes, creates possibilities for, opens doors, promises, brings insight to, communicates, welcomes, develops. This is a very deep, close bond. You've definitely been together in previous incarnations. And in this lifetime, the challenge is for the two of you to figure out how to relax and allow love to flow in. I'm seeing a lot of blocks and barriers. You're pushing love away. The challenge for this lifetime is how to relax and let things flow to you with no controlling behavior, no desperation, no manipulation. Saturn, wisdom. Saturn is the planet of karma, rules Capricorn. Discipline, structure, time, responsibility, test, ambition, difficulty, restraint, grounding, practicality, self-control, tradition, realism, container, bones, maturity, gravity, scaffolding. Maybe before the two of you came together, or before you come together, take whatever resonates, before you join forces and you're in an established, committed relationship, perhaps you both were kind of just lost at sea. You were both in chaos. There was no order, no structure, no discipline. Boundaries were blurred. You could both have strong Neptune in your natal charts. And you're going to ground each other. You probably have strong Saturn in your synastry. 7th house, relating, that's the house of Libra, the house of marriage, partnership. Gotta clean these damn glasses. Partners, companionship, best friends, marriage, relationships, opposition, equilibrium, sharing, communion, justice, balance, social awareness. You could start something together. You could start a business or a nonprofit. There's some kind of purpose to this relationship. You're not just two people together reaping the rewards of your love. You're doing something that helps the community, is what I'm seeing for pile 3. There's a sense of fate. You're the perfect team. You're going to work very well as a team, is what I'm getting. You understand each other. It's really deep. Okay, the Centennial Smith Waite. The Empress. 3 of Cups. 8 of Cups. I associate the 8 of Cups with the North Node. The North Node is your soul's purpose for this lifetime. For instance, my North Node is in Capricorn in the 5th house. The South Node, which is the opposite of your North Node, that's your comfort zone. That's where you wallow. That's where you stagnate. That's where you get stuck. So my South Node is in Cancer in the 11th. My comfort zone is just being around my family, being at home, hiding, doing domestic stuff, laundry, dishes, baking cookies. I'm pushing myself in this lifetime to be visible, to be on stage, to teach, to shine my light. So I get a sense that for pile 3, your South Node could be Pisces, which would make your North Node Virgo. And if that is the case, with Virgo being the North Node, you're here to serve. You're not here to be a slave to addiction. I mean, none of us are here to be slaves to addiction, but with South Node in Pisces, there's going to be a tendency to just wallow in yourself, in your pain, in your immediate environment, and to just blur boundaries and to be disorganized. North Node in Virgo forces you to create structure and to serve the community in some way. The Empress, the Divine Feminine. Obviously, this is not going to be literal fertility for everyone. It's not going to be literal pregnancy or motherhood. This can also be giving birth to an empire, being hyper creative. Uno más. Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands. Or the 7 of Wands even. 7 of Wands is about resistance. Five of Pentacles, lack mentality, poverty consciousness, Ace of Pentacles. So, one or both of you may have come from poverty, or you may have come from a place of neglect, emotional neglect, spiritual neglect, maybe physical neglect, but something was missing. In the first few years of your life, you were not fed in the way you needed to be fed, and that's where the addiction came from. Maybe something happened in the first few years of your life that made you subconsciously loathe yourself, and so you became enslaved to this addiction. And I feel like the two of you coming together, a lot of healing is going to take place. For one thing, you both relate to each other. You come from a similar place. You both come from the Five of Pentacles. And together, you're going to create the Ace of Pentacles. I don't think I called out an astro combo, a possible astro combo for pile 3. I don't think I did. It's not as immediately obvious as the first 2 piles were. A possible astro combo for this person is Sun in Capricorn, Cancer rising, Moon in Pisces. And you could mirror each other. You could have mirror aspects in your synastry. I've got a video on that at this channel, mirror aspects. You could have similar aspects in your natal chart. For instance, perhaps this person has Venus square Neptune, and you also have Venus square Neptune. So when you're looking at synastry, it's very complicated. It's more complicated than people make it out to be. People make it simple, like, oh, you know, you're a Gemini, I'm an Aquarius, so we're compatible. You have to go deeper than that. Or I've got Mars and Leo, you've got Venus and Aries, so we're compatible. The more you dig, the more you find. And there's absolute gold and validity to synastry. You have to go deep. So mirror aspects, that's one way of relating to someone. You understand each other because you have similar aspects in your natal charts. If you have Venus square Saturn, you're going to find gratification in love much later on in life. You're going to struggle until you really figure out who you are, what your value is, what you want. So Venus square Saturn is pretty challenging, but it can be overcome like anything. But you have to be aware of it. You have to work on it. So the dice. One, Leo, the Sun. There is absolutely singularity to this relationship. When the two of you get together and you commit to this, you can't imagine sharing your lives with anyone else. You just get each other. You're absolutely best friends. A meeting of the minds is what I'm getting. A meeting of the souls. 6 is Venus, which rules Taurus and Libra. And 7, Neptune, Pisces. 3, Jupiter, Sagittarius. Another 3, another 6. A lot of love for pile 3. Divine love is what I'm seeing. Fix. It's going to feel so special, so divine, so sacred, that you may feel, at least in the beginning, like this relationship fixes everything. And that's never the case. No relationship, I don't care how good it is, can fix things that are broken in your life. We have to fix what's broken in ourselves. But there is a healing aspect that's very strong to this relationship. 6, that is Venus. Axis. So you could have at least one opposition in your synastry. A strong opposition like Sun opposite Moon or Venus opposite Mars. Sex. Divine sex. Sex that heals. Not sex for the sake of sex. Sex that is spiritual, emotional. There's eye contact. It's very healing. Sexual healing, Marvin Gaye. I'm not really getting names. I don't see any names. He saw that's a rune. I was going to say, my first thought when I saw the Ten of Swords, I thought this could be an ex. So for some of you that will resonate, this could be an ex that you have a very complicated history with, and you come together years after the breakup. You come back together, you reunite. That's what I got for pile 3. I hope that helps. Feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe. Click the bell for notifications. Check out my numerous playlist and my zodiac readings. Muchas gracias. Cuatro, pile 4. Here is your reading. The Santa Muerte Tarot, Page of Swords, Temperance, Four of Wands. So I'm seeing Sagittarius and Gemini. Let's keep going. Intuitive Stab Tarot, one of my mini decks available at makeplayingcards.com. The only thing that makes this a tarot deck is the number of cards, but every time you use this deck, you're going to get a whole new interpretation. I go in depth on this at my Patreon. You'll find all my tarot tutorials and in-depth astrology videos and pick a cards without any ads at my Patreon. Okay, this person comes from a family where there is a strong emphasis on physicality, looks, appearance. I don't know if they come from a family that is visible in some way, if they're celebrities, or if more than one person in the family has a platform and there's a strong social media presence. I don't know. But there is a strong emphasis on appearance. Aquarius, the innovator, experimental, rational, unique, liberal, electric, group-orientated, humanitarian, free, radical, eccentric, diverse, futuristic, utopian, idiosyncratic, disruptive, edgy, detached. Maybe they have an unusual appearance. Maybe they're always changing, like a chameleon, changing the color of their hair. Could be some plastic surgery, I don't know. Gemini, the butterfly. Curious, communicative, versatile, flexible, variety-seeking, social, collaborative, brilliant, perceptive, connected, vocal, adaptive, street smart, mobile, studious, superficial, restless, fidgety. I'm getting a lot of masculine energy. In the rubric of astrology, masculine energy, that would be the fire signs and the air signs. The feminine energy in astrology, Western astrology, is earth and water. I'm getting strong masculine vibes. Sagittarius, the Voyager. Enthusiastic, philosophical, independent, generous, ethical, seeking, happy-go-lucky, adventurous, honest, bareback. The hell do they mean by bareback? Unbridled. The person's a horse. Experiential, lucky, boundless, traveling, risk-taking, tactless, self-righteous. Maybe this person rides horses. Perhaps this person does the rodeo. Like my great-grandfather, who was a Sagittarius, consequently, he was a bronc rider. He got thrown into a barbed wire fence. They had to amputate his leg. I think it was his left leg. And he was an alcoholic, so there was so much alcohol in his blood, they couldn't use anesthesia. And he prayed and he said, if I survive this, I will never drink again. And according to story, he didn't. Lost his leg and it changed his life. What am I forgetting? I am forgetting the Centennial Smith-Waite. Strong Sagittarius in my family. My great-grandparents were both Sages. Got a cousin who's a Sag, 2 cousins. My daughter, Knight of Wands. King of Wands. Sagittarius is all over this because we have Temperance. Oh my God, this is crazy. Page of Pentacles. Okay, I'm getting a strong sense for pile 4 that this could start out as something casual, as a friends with benefits situationship kind of thing. Two of Swords. It's too simplistic to say friends with benefits never evolves. It never turns into anything else. That it's just stuck in that category indefinitely. We live in a wild and wondrous world, Knight of Wands, where things can just turn upside down overnight. Two of Pentacles. You definitely start off as friends. I'm seeing a lot of sextiles in your synastry. So, a possible astro combo for this person is Sun in Sagittarius, Aquarius rising, Moon in Gemini. It's one possibility of many, but they have a lot of fire and air in their natal chart. And you could have a lot of fire and air in your natal chart as well. You probably have at least one conjunction. You could have the Sun-Moon conjunction. You see that with soulmates. It's pretty common. The sex is good. And I see you having sex almost immediately. You meet. There's a connection. You have sex. And it's good. So it may take... This is going to sound kind of weird, I guess. It may take the two of you a while to discover that you actually have a lot in common and you actually are compatible. Maybe the sexual attraction is just so overpowering. That's what dominates this connection starting off. But when you ease off and you really get to know each other, you find that there's something here. There's something beyond the sex. Well, that's this video. The title, Who Are You Destined to Be With? And it could be that you meet when you're younger, teenagers, early 20s, and you have this hot experience, this wild sex, and then life takes you in different directions, and then you come back together. Maybe you meet up on social media in your 30s or 40s, or beyond, older than that, who knows, but I feel like you come from the same hometown. Your families know each other. So, for example, if you're both in Texas, you have the same accent. Because people who don't know, people who have never been to Texas, have just seen Texas in the movies or whatever, they assume there's just one Texas accent. That's not the case. Texas is a massive state. It's huge. There's the North Texas accent. There's the East Texas accent. There's the Hill Country accent. I mean, there's all kinds, different regions, different accents. So maybe you come from the same hometown, you have the same accent, something like that. But you have the same sense of humor. You laugh at the same things. You watch the same shows. This person makes you laugh your ass off. You have a lot of fun together. I don't know, maybe you like to ride roller coasters together, or you take trips together. You go to Costa Rica and swig ayahuasca together. You're both adventurous. You both take risk. This is not the energy of two people who just sit at home on the sofa or the futon, whatever, and binge watch Netflix. You're out living. YOLO, you only live once. You're out challenging each other, taking all these crazy risks, jumping out of airplanes, parachuting, I don't know, parasailing. I'm seeing a lot of trips. Different destinations. And yeah, ayahuasca, mushrooms, whatever. You both value experience over everything else. You're all about the experience and the photo op. I see the two of you making movies, taking a lot of pictures. You could be a muse to this person. They could write songs about you. I can see them playing a guitar. Good times. Okay, the dice. And you're probably not vanilla when it comes to sex. You probably have some fetishes. 6 is Venus, which rules Taurus and Libra. 1, Leo, the Sun. 7, Neptune, Pisces. 5, Mercury, which rules Gemini and Virgo. 4, Aquarius. 9, Mars, Aries. A lot of masculine energy. You may, I'm kind of watching my mouth. Should I go there? I don't know. There may be times when you out-dick this person. So, you're equals. I don't see one of you being submissive. I see you both being pretty dominant. You both have really strong personalities, is what I'm getting for pile 4. Okay, the letters. Rex. 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 Not having much luck with names this go round with any of the piles, really. I'm not seeing any names. Free. I'm as free as a bird now, and this bird you cannot change. Free bird, Leonard Skinner. This has Sagittarius all the fuck over it. Ay, 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 ay. Area 51, well, there's only one A, so we can't get Area 51, but maybe you both like to talk about aliens and conspiracy theories, something like that, I don't know. I don't feel like this person is your ex, but that's always a possibility. I feel like you had a fling years ago. Wasn't that serious? And then you come back together at some barbecue or reunion or funeral or wedding. That's what I have. I don't know. That's what I have for pile 4, and that does conclude this pick a card reading. Thank you all so much for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing. I can see myself on that skull. Sending massive love and light from San Antonio.